we had to go inside the house today because it is just, for the love of God, unforgivable outside. I think in the shop it is baking right at about 95 with no way to get it cool. We are having a really bad heat wave here in Washington, so we came inside to do this live rather than postpone it because it doesn't look like the heat wave is going to end anytime soon. So today I promised you guys that we were going to be doing a Beary Christmas wreath. I gave you the sneak peek of that on Tuesday. So we're going to be putting that together today. But before we do so, I'm going to give you a couple housekeeping things. One, if you want to save this tutorial and have it available for you to view later, just click the share button down below. It'll take this tutorial and share it to your Facebook page. If you are on YouTube, all you have to do is click your save button, and this will go ahead and save this tutorial or video to however you have that set up on YouTube. Also, if you want to be notified when I go live, which is now Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, and then 5 p.m. Pacific on Friday, make sure if you're on Facebook that you have liked this page, that you have also followed the page. So anytime Facebook does any kind of updates, it resets everything back to factory standards. So you have to turn them all back on again. And so the like button is easy enough to find. It is the follow button that is a challenge. So right next to like, you're going to tab over to those 3 dots, click on the 3 dots, and then it'll open up another smaller menu. You'll want to make sure that you click follow, or make sure it's selected or highlighted for following. I'm going to, let me go ahead and make sure that I have my page open so I can read your comments. So here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pin my website down below. So there's a couple things that are important for you guys to know. Is number one, if you had thought about joining the private group, I am doing a 2-week tutorial or 2-week trial period. So for $1, you can join for 2 weeks, and then on day 15, if you want to stay, it'll just bill you the $27, and then you'll be monthly after that. That is available on the website that I typed it. I just didn't pin it. Here we go, pin. And then the rewards program. So that starts, what is today? I think it starts Saturday. Is Saturday the 1st? The rewards program starts September 1st, which I believe is Sunday. Today's the 30th. Tomorrow would be the 31st. So yes, Sunday the 1st. For $5, you can participate in my rewards program, which every month we're going to have new rewards. So everybody gets whatever wreath I'm giving away. You'll get all the materials list, all the instructions, all the SKU numbers, all the item numbers, all the stuff. So everyone gets that automatically. And then we're doing giveaways. So there will always be a wreath giveaway, but it's only for the rewards group. So the smaller the group, the bigger chance you have of winning. It is based right now just for the continental US. If you want to join from Canada or any other state, you're welcome to do so. I have one member who has joined in. If she wins, she's going to donate that to whatever local charity she wants here in the States. So that is available on the website as well. I think I have everything else going. So I see Elizabeth. Hi Janice. Hi Jan. Hi Cheryl. Hi Jason from Massachusetts. I see Steve. Joan, you made it. I know. Poor Joan. She is the one that's in the UK, and it is so late for her, but I am so blessed to have her here. And hi, Donna. So we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to have Steve pan this down, and I'm going to go over all the stuff with you. Hi, Margie. All right. I'm going to move that to the side. You have everything all set. So I'm just pivoting you so you get that still, you get the overhead view. Just give it a second so we can get everything all situated. I don't need that anymore. I know it takes a little bit on the, can you help me 2 black and 1 red pipe cleaner? So we're doing the 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. that is what we're going to use. We are going to be featuring that with, let me find, we're doing black and red buffalo plaid. This is from Hobby Lobby. That is going to be our base fabric mesh. In addition to that, we're doing this handmade sign, which says, "Welcome friends." It is a 12 by 5.5. I'm still looking for the vendor that I purchased this from, but this is going with the bear. And then, as we saw on Tuesday, we're going to do the brown bear wreath attachment. So he is going to be in the center of the wreath. So it's going to be very mountain cabin feel for Christmas. And the reason I didn't go with this, like your traditional Christmas sign, is I wanted it to be switched out because it would be a fun piece to put in a mountain home or mountain cabin or whatever. Just people who like the bears in general. And then you could just switch them out. You could put on cute hats, put on a fishing hat. You can do stuff for Father's Day, whatever. You can dress them up like a turkey for Thanksgiving or whatever. Super fun. So we're going to be adding him. You cannot find him anymore. He has been long discontinued. I had 2 left. We're using 1 today in this wreath, and I am so sad that these are no longer available. So I am trying to figure out a way to do these so that I can do polar bears, brown bears, and then black bears. So that's what I'm keeping the other one for, to dissect it and see if we can't figure out a way to replicate these since they're no longer available. So he comes with a head, and then he comes with 2 paws. So we're going to add those so he can hold the sign. And we're going to add some fun embellishments, ribbon, and a bow. Okay. Alrighty. I'm just reading comments. All right. So we're going to start by finishing.
Sure, I'll ask what time it is there for Joan.
Joan, yeah. So we're doing I'm going to finish wiring the last section of the Dollar Tree wreath frame. So here I'm just going to wire together the 2 inside rings, just like this. And then I'm going to take my pipe cleaners and I'm going to do the 2 outside rings as well. This will give us a grand total of 6 on the inside, 12 on the outside, for a total of 18. We are not going to be using the inside 6 because we have the bear, we have the sign, and we have the bow. So there is no available space anywhere here for him. So, and we are doing the ruffle technique. Since this is fabric mesh, you have to cut this one with a rotary cutter. Can't use the old wood burning tool. So we're just going to go ahead and ruffle the method to give him a flat but full base. So I'm going to start just doing the inside 6 so that I can remove my pipe cleaners once we get the inside 6 done, and then we can just focus on the outside ones. I'm so used to having a trash can. I don't have a trash can here. Oh, I could do this. There you go. Making do where you can. So, do you guys have plans for this weekend? We do not. We are babysitting new chickens. That's what we are doing here. We're chicken babysitters.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, we went from 3 to 7.
Which, yeah, we had 3.
1 to 7.
Yeah, we had 3. We lost 2 to an unfortunate raccoon attack where we just did not realize our chickens were not in their coop. We thought they were because when the doors closed, we automatically assumed that's where they were, but they were not. And sadly, these are all falling. Is sad reality. So we lost 1 the night of the attack. The second one should have never even been alive, but she managed to struggle through. And then the next morning when we saw the extent of her injuries, we realized that she needed to be put down. So it was just unfair to keep her here because there's really not much you can do. Like I said, that chicken should not have been walking at all. So.
Elizabeth said she's doing garage sales.
Ooh, garage sales. Yeah, that's really good. A lot of people do garage sales Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Okay. There we go. This mesh, for some reason, I don't know why I don't know if it's just this roll in particular, but this mesh has been overly clingy. Look at that. I had separated all of them and now they're all just sticking to each other. So I think it's the very end, the edge right in here.
Jean said, sorry about your chickens.
Oh, I know.
Kathy said, hello, Kat.
Hi, Kathy. So you're going to see that this is going to fray. You're going to start to see those pieces, and that's generally what happens when you're using Deco mesh in general and you don't use a wood burning tool. But like I said, in this case, we couldn't because it is fabric and it does have that cotton fiber. So that will not cut with a wood burning tool. It only, it would just sit there and burn and smoke and it would never cut.
Right. Cheryl said farm lights can be heartbreaking.
It can be. Considering that when we first moved here, we didn't want chickens. We were like, I've never raised chickens. I have no knowledge of how to do that. And then the homeowners were like, oh, they're super easy. You know, they're kind of like, you know, they eat your leftovers and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, and they lay eggs. So here's the crazy thing. When, so we went out yesterday because we realized our remaining chicken would not do well by herself because she's very much part of the flock. So we brought her some friends from a couple of our local neighbors. And so we went from, like Steve said, 3 chickens to 2 chickens to 1 chicken to 7 chickens. So we have 7 now on our farm. So I'll be sharing pictures of those with all of you shortly.
Yeah, Elizabeth asked, have you showed pictures of the new chickens yet?
Yes, I will. We just had to, come up with the names. And then, of course, you know, like, they've got to develop their pecking order. So, you know, you're always hoping, okay, well, how bad could it get? It could actually get pretty bad. So we just wanted to make sure everybody would survive through the night. So there is the inside 6. Those are all done. I'm going to go ahead and add to those the other 12. And this time we're doing the outside.
Cheryl, yeah, more chickens, more eggs. Yeah, we've already gotten 6 today, I think, right?
Yeah, we've gotten 6 eggs today. So, so far, everybody but one has laid. So we're trying to figure out everybody's egg laying time. And then, of course, we were thinking between the heat and the stress of the move, they're not going to lay for a while. No. Everybody's laying. We found out that some of them can fly pretty far. Well, chickens don't really fly, but they can get up in places where you don't want your chickens. So tonight, before we tuck everybody in bed, we are giving them a trim. Yes. They're getting one side of their chicken wings trimmed. So you don't trim a chicken's wings on both wings. You only do one side. Because
flight feathers.
Yeah, it's their flight feathers so that they can no longer fly. Because they're kind of like not balanced correctly.
Cheryl, yes, the September 10th is our 2-year anniversary for
Here?
being up here.
Yeah.
And then Elizabeth asked, did you get apples this year? Yeah, we've already got a ton.
Yeah, and
They're dropping
most
like
of them,
flies.
yeah, most of them go to the deer. We've already had a couple neighbors come over and get some 5-gallon buckets for their cattle.
Call them again.
And just because it's just weird weather. So some of our apple trees that produced last year didn't produce this year. We didn't really have the peach harvest that we had last year. So most of them right now are just becoming extra deer food. So the deer are loving them.
Ruth?
So I'm just trimming my frays where I see them.
We don't can them. We did last year. We canned quite a bit of made applesauce.
Mm-hmm. We were supposed to be making apple cider this year because we got a cider press and a apple crusher. So we just haven't done that yet. We're gonna, I think, try to get together with a local cider company here and go on a tour and kind of see the process of how you do it. So then we can come back here. And then a lot of the apples that are more than what we can eat, we can flip and turn into cider or applesauce. Yeah, it's being wayward, overly clingy. This one's becoming overly clingy mesh. So I'm trying to really not move it too much. So I'm just trying to get it in its place. Get the pieces in so that when I come in, we add the ribbon. Can trim everything up.
Janie said we clip the wings also.
Hi, do you?
Hi, Ruth. Hi, Anne-Marie. Hi, Mary.
So do you have to keep trimming them, Janie? I'm thinking you would, right? They grow back.
Yeah, they grow back.
See, like all these. I don't like these frays.
So, hey, Kat, Jane here from Georgia. I love watching you and Steve.
Hi, Jane. Welcome.
Michelle said she loves fabric mesh. It might be her favorite.
I do too. I am not liking this particular roll. And I honestly believe it's not just because I've gone and bought Hobby Lobby mesh before and I've never had an issue with it. This stuff feels like Velcro. It like just wants, and it's just these ends, these little plastic ends are grabbing everything. So I just think that this particular roll just had a weird production on it. So I'm trying to be very careful and just lay them, get them spread out, and then just don't touch them again after that. Trim up whatever frays there are. Again, taking these, it doesn't even matter if I flip them because it's this edge right here. Thanks, babe. You got all my deco mesh that fell to the floor.
Yeah. The color was a little off too, so I'm trying to fix the color in the...
Oh, because it looks more orange?
Yeah.
It still looks orange.
Well, if I do the saturation down too far, then
Yeah,
it takes it down.
I wouldn't mess with the saturation. It's more the white balance. And I think it's just the white balance from being indoors versus being in the shop, right? Because it was set for the shop lighting.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, that one's a little bit better. Oh, Lord. My pipe cleaners are just not behaving either. They're like, under the mesh, over the mesh.
Cheryl, yeah, the edges looks a little more spiky than normal.
They do. So I'm just taking and I just clean them as I go because I know that once I get them and they're in their place, you know, adding the ribbon won't do anything to it. And I'm just trying to make sure that we get all the...
And Mary Workman, which she put on here, Jane. First time I've got you all live.
Oh!
I think her name's Jane, but it says Mary Workman on here.
So where did you get Jane?
It says, "Hi Kat, Jane here from Georgia. Love watching you."
Oh, okay. So she's from Georgia, because I was just going to ask, I'm like, where are you from? So is it hot everywhere, or is it just hot here? Because it is just not fun here. We actually have misters on outside for the poor chickens because they are just dying. Those poor little birds are panting, their wings are open. They're trying everything possible to cool down. We soaked the ground, gave them lots of like mud to kind of put their feet in.
Yeah, we put up a whole nother...
Put up an easy up. Easy up, just for chickens. Wow, Cheryl, she said it's actually cooled down a bit. High 80s, low 90s. So that's not too bad.
Hey, Gail.
Hi, Gail.
Hi, Sheila. She said, "So happy to hear that Steve is here with you."
Yeah, he is here with me. Ooh, I need to get this one. Will you hold this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here at my table. I just had that one.
There's going to be some trays.
Oh yeah, that's why I said this is normal for rotary cut mesh. Thank you. And plop that down. So I just want to show you because, you know, a lot of times we bash a lot of the local retail places for not having good quality mesh. Like I said, normally I love Hobby Lobby's Buffalo Plaid. And sometimes you just get one that has a weird finish on the edge like this one. I have never had this. I think I had it once. Another time. I think it was like a green and beige plaid one that had that weird finish on the ends. If I was doing curls, the curls would stay closed. See, it's just on the ends.
Yeah.
It's like Velcro. Velcro.
Joanne or Joan said it's in the upper 90s here in North California.
Okay.
Hi, Carol.
Joan says it's 50 here in the UK. We get all or nothing. So I am loving your 50s.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And Mary says that's what I've always been called. So yes, Jane. And then yes, it's really hot here in Georgia, like almost 100 degrees.
Ooh, not good in all the humidity. And that's what we're fighting too. I mean, people think, oh, 90 in Washington, that's nothing. Have you looked at the humidity in Washington though? It's like down south humidity.
So Joanne in the UK, or Joan in the UK, what time is it there?
It's funny, Jen and I were talking earlier and she's like, okay, what time are you going live? What time is it there where you're at? I want to make sure.
It'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning.
She said it's 8-hour time difference, I think. So I don't know if it's forward or back.
It's forward, so it'd be 1:20
in the morning. Poor Jane, go to bed.
Elizabeth said, I have a lot of that mesh I did cut with wood burning tool.
Oh, you were able to cut? Mine wouldn't cut with the wood burning tool. That's why I said maybe this is just a weird production on this one roll. I'm just trying to make sure it's
Deanna Gibson, she's in Palmdale. She says it's in the 90s here.
Nice. Marty says 90s in Central Oregon.
Mm-hmm. We lived in Lancaster for a little bit.
Yes, we know right where
Our youngest
Palmdale
daughter
is.
was born in Lancaster.
It's funny, Palmdale has really grown leaps. Look how this one, the whole bottom is just a fraying mess. It's a fraying mess. Yeah. It's like stick and do. Like I could probably just throw this on a wreath and it would probably stay right where I put it. It's like Velcro mesh today. Watch, someone will come out with that Velcro mesh. You just put it in the position, put it in, and it stays that way forever. Okay, last piece. Cheryl said, I remember going to the UK in June and it was so cold. Yeah. I love it. Bring on the cold, man. We got a taste of that last week. We actually had the heater on.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice. So these pieces were all cut to 20 inches. So one roll of mesh from Hobby Lobby. And this mesh is in their Christmas section. So, hold that again.
It's half off.
It's half off. Yeah. Because all of Hobby Lobby's Christmas is half off. There we go.
Tina said, I love the red and black buffalo check.
It's going to look super cool once we
This
finish.
is hot everywhere because even Emma said it was 95 here in southeast Michigan. And that's pretty high up.
Right?
I mean, we're pretty high up now too, I guess, but still, it's 90.
Yeah, we're about north on the west coast as you can get without going into Alaska. Okay, so you can see like this is what I was dealing with as far as sprays. And now we're going to go ahead and add the ribbons. So we're going to get all those in and look how cute these are. So I'm trying to keep it mountainy, but not Christmassy, but still keep kind of cool Christmas colors. So we're doing this 2.5 inch. It's like white pine trees with a little fir edge on the black. These are cut to 14 inches. And this is from the Wreath shop. This red ribbon with a black and white polka dot on the edge is from Crinkle Designs, and this 1.5 inch is cut to 19-inch pieces. And then I'm also pairing that with, this is regular white pine trees on black. This is Joanne's, and then this black bear. So he does have the snowflakes, but it's still, I mean, that's about as Christmassy as you could get. Where did we get this? Hobby Lobby, I think. Is it? Or Joanne's? I can't see the roll of ribbon. Oh, wait. I have my book right here. It is... Huh? Joanne's. Joanne's. So the 2.5 inch pieces are cut to 14 inch. The 1.5 inch are cut to 19. These are the pairings. We're going to go around the whole outside and put all these in. And then we're going to put the bear in, and then we'll figure out where can the bow go. Then we will add some mountainy embellishments.
Hi, Patty. And she said, yes, it's 1:25 in the morning there. And she said she's been catnapping since 8 p.m. so I could watch you live.
Oh, you're so sweet, Joan.
All right. Jane said fixing to move back to Morrison, Tennessee next month. But it's cooler there. Her kids and grandkids live there.
Oh, see, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I was telling Steve. I'm like, I'm afraid now that we had grandkids, they're also, like my youngest is all the way in Oklahoma, so I can't see him as often as I want to. So I missed that.
Cheryl said, I'm just thankful it's not over 100 degrees anymore.
Right.
It usually isn't this cool yet. Deborah said, oh my gosh, I finally found you, Kat. Hello from Ohio. Happy wreath making.
Hi.
So Deborah, it sounds like this is your first live that you've been able to tune into?
Yeah, Deborah, is this your first live? Okay. So I'm just placing the 2.5 inch in, and then these are already dovetailed. I just cut them all before the live. And I just fan them out. So when you put them in, they naturally want to do this. So you want to bring your fingers underneath and kind of pop them out. What this does is it draws your eyes outward. And it kind of elongates your wreath design. It makes it look bigger than what it is. So I'm twisting it 3 or 4 times, cutting that end of my pipe cleaner off and wrapping that around the back, opening the loop, right siding, my left side. It's always my left side. And then these are just kind of popping. So does it feel Christmassy or does it still feel like it could be mountain cabin? I guess it would depend on how you decorate your home. Because if you were going like more, that was the other thing I was thinking of doing was green and tan. Because that could be year round as well. But I have people who like the buffalo plaid for Christmas.
Elizabeth said they're beautiful. Leigh said this would be beautiful. Cheryl said cute ribbons. I haven't seen these before. Blanche says, hi, Kat. I miss you.
But you found me.
Yep. And Deborah said, yes, this was her first live catching you.
Oh, nice. So I'm here every Friday, unless it's a holiday. Oop, got the wrong ribbon.
Yeah.
So private group, just a reminder, since this is, it's not Labor Day weekend.
It is Labor Day weekend.
When's Veterans Day? I thought that, oh, you're right, it is Labor Day weekend, but
Yeah, first weekend in September.
is Veterans Day like November?
I think we already had Veterans Day.
No, Memorial Day's the 30th, always like the 31st, 4th of July. And
November 11th.
Okay, so I was right. So November 11th. So Labor Day weekend.
Thank you, Deanna. She said, yeah, Veterans Day is November 11th.
Thank you. And I'm trying. This is so odd not being in my shop because you're having to make these adjustments of like, you know, I'm sitting down. So somebody had asked me and they're like, can you do a video of crafting sitting? Because I have to sit all the time. So whoever that person is, this video is for you. I don't like it. I like to be standing up. I just have better leverage that way. I just feel like I have more control. So.
But she's nice and cool now.
Oh, yeah. I think it's 70 in our house. And it is, like I said.
93 outside.
Yeah. Well, they said it's going to be 90. So I always told Steve, add 5. Because that's always what it ends up being. Probably with the humidity, it's probably closer to 96, 97. And then tomorrow's supposed to be worse. Still hot. So, our poor chickens.
Julie said, hi, Kat. I love the red and black buffalo plaid for Christmas.
Thank you. I'm just going to take these and set these there. And I'll just toss them.
Susan, yes, she said, sorry, I missed the beginning. Is that fabric mesh?
Yes, so this is fabric mesh from Hobby Lobby. One roll cut to 18 20-inch pieces. We did the ruffle technique all the way around. And then the 2.5-inch ribbon is cut to 14 inches. The 1.5 is cut to 19 inches. And we're just putting those, kind of toggling them all the way around the outside. And then I'm just removing these once they're trimmed. Set those there so I can just do one sweep of the trash. And again, if I see any more frays, I'm just addressing those as I get to them. There's that one. Are you trying to figure out how to make the bear? It can't be that hard. I was telling Steve I don't want to get into creating teddy bear-like wreath attachments. But he saw how I put together the monster wreath attachment. So I was like, I think we can do it like that and still give it a plush feel to it. And I would love to be able to do that because it would be so nice to have like a polar bear version. That's never been done. The black bear and the brown bear. So I will announce those once we figure out how to make them. And then you guys can have them.
Oh, thank you, Blanche. I didn't realize that either.
What was that?
She said Veterans Day is always on November 11th. Should be, because World War One ended on November 11th, on the 11th month, on the 11th day, on the 11th hour.
I did not know that either. Well, that makes it easy to always remember from here on out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Cheryl, could you make this with a stuffed Christmas bear sitting in the wreath holding the sign? Sure.
Yes, you could. That would be another adorable thing to do is, get a small stuffed bear. Just kind of find out. I'll measure the size of the head of the bear so that I think if you did like maybe a 12 to 16-inch bear, I think it would be fine. Because we know that the end diameter of this is 25 inches. Mm-hmm. So keeping something in here about 14, 15 inches would be perfect. Figuring it out?
Somewhat. There's some pretty complex patterns. So there's 3 separate ones for the nose. But
imagine if you did it more... Okay, but you're thinking... Sections. You're thinking sewing the whole thing, like up as a stuffed bear head.
Yeah.
I'm thinking as a wreath attachment, you could do it differently. So I think we're going to have to just get experimental. And we have the fur, I have the eyes, I have the nose. So we just have to play with it and then see how it turns out.
Cheryl said, I don't think I'll try it. Go for it, Cheryl. Jane said, love watching you and has learned a lot from you, Kat. Just got done doing the same mesh for a Georgia Bulldog wreath.
Nice.
But don't know where to find the ribbons for it.
Have you Googled like Georgia Bulldog ribbons? Sometimes you can find it from, is that a college team?
Yeah.
So a lot of times you can find it on the collegiate websites.
And if their colors are red, you have a red, like a dog paw print, right?
You could do that. Yeah. But what I would do is check the college football's website and see if they have the ribbon available. A lot of times what you'll find for the true sports ribbon is it's more like a gross grain or non-wired. So there is that. And you could always like pair that with a thicker wire ribbon underneath to kind of give it some support. Okay.
And as Kat always told me, Google it.
Google it.
You can find some sports teams, everything out there.
Yeah, it's funny because I tell him that all the time. He'll be like, I wonder, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, Google it. Google everything. Like when we were trying to figure out how to put a mini split in our home, it was like, Google it. That's the great thing now is with the invention of YouTube and Google, you can search for pretty much anything. And sure enough, there was how to install, this particular brand mini split in your home. And I'm like, there you go. And it was people who did it themselves.
And we did.
And we did. Thank God we have that because it is going to be so hot tonight. And that's the nice thing, though, here, at least by 7, 8 o'clock, it starts to get down into the 60s again, and that feels good. I just feel for our poor chickens. Because I have to go out at night. Now that we have all these new chickens, we should do a video of that. We should get the tripod and go outside and show the world what it's like for 2 people in our age to try to corral chickens that don't want to go in the coop.
Blanche, a mini split is just basically, it's a small ductless air conditioning system that does both cooling and heating.
Yeah, so for people who don't have, like this would work really good for people in the UK because they don't have ducts in their homes.
Right.
Like air conditioning ducts. So it just has a central fan on the outside, right?
So it's two large pieces. One is the inside unit, which has like the filters and the blower and everything. And then you would have to drill out to the outside, and then you'd have to connect the hoses and power to the outdoor fan unit.
But it's really not that hard.
Yeah, it's harder than you think, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, with 2 people, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I'm like, I think their hardest part, the scariest part, is drilling a hole through the wall of our home.
Yeah.
If you have the right tools, you can, and they did. It was fairly easy, but even still, you know, you're always apprehensive. What if it doesn't fit? Then you drill this hole on the outside. What are we going to do? But now we've just added value to our home because
now
we have an additional mini split in our home, which
Cool,
the one that we have is in our living room, kitchen area.
Yeah.
So that does not cool the back bedrooms. And now we do. So, yeah.
Sure, so I would love to see a video of you 2 chasing those damn chickens.
I will say this.
Do it tonight.
That Steve is the expert chicken chaser. We kind of try to corral them and get them trapped in a corner, and then you pounce on them. And then you pick them up and you toss them inside the coop. And so we're trying to get them used to the fact that, hey, when it's sunset, this is where having that, you know, coming into this home where the chickens were already trained, where they should have gone into their coop at sunset. Sadly, this was not this case this time. And I had a feeling when I got home that day that I should go check, but I just kind of shined a flashlight out there to make sure that they were in, because when it gets hot, nobody wants to go in the coop at night. They want to perch out in these like little shady enclosures we have that are kind of like elevated off the ground, and they want to be in there instead. But what we found out is raccoons can climb 7-foot fences and make their way inside your chicken coop.
Wire fences, yeah.
And in 2 years, we've never had that until 2 nights ago.
Just said you need to do a YouTube video on chicken wrangling, Steve. Oh no, there's a couple times where I almost fell.
But it's hilarious because we have 2 of our chickens now are so small.
They're fast.
And they're fast. I mean, they're really quick. And so it's a joint effort because you got to corral them.
They're like 3-legged chicken fast.
It is. Okay, look, we finished. So all that is done, and I can get rid of all this that's driving me crazy and throw it all away. So we've added ribbon tails in half bows to the outside 12. I took the inside 6 out. So now we're going to add the bear so that we can figure out, hey, where can we put the sign? Where can we put the bow? So this is the bear kit. So let me put that over there. This is driving me crazy too. Let me see. He is 9 inches high, and he is 9 inches wide, or 9 by 9, and then up. That's probably about 6.
Pick him up. He's probably about 6.
So he's probably a good 6 inches, but thankfully when you go to ship him, you can kind of flatten his nose because he's got so much plush to them. So he does have 3 built-in wire attachments. I really honestly don't believe you need that many because I think this is serious overkill, and they're not even set up equally. Like there's 2 here, 1 here. You could have just done 1 in the center and it would have been fine. So, and then he has his hands, which have thicker wire. I'm trying to see how far they go. They go all the way to the end, so you could technically bend his paws a little bit to kind of hold the sign, but it's weird. So when I bent that, I was thinking, okay, his paw would form, but because it's free flowing in there, when you bend it, the wire's bent, but the paw, because it's not attached to the wire,
so they should have done
doesn't bend. It should have been attached, so when you bend it, then his paw would bend to hold the sign. That you can do with a wreath attachment better than you could just little stuffed paw balls. which is all those are. So we're going to go ahead because I have to stand. I can't sit.
Yeah, Blanche said, "You're sitting, Kat?" I wondered how you stood so long.
Yeah. Normally I stand through my whole tutorial. I have a gel mat in my shop that makes standing really comfortable. So I'm just going to tuck all his wires in so we can figure out placement first. So kind of want to come up a little bit high with his head, because then like his paws on the outside, I'm just going to do them like these. We're going to go here like that. He's going to hold a sign. So I think we need to position his sign first. But it can go right under his chin.
Yeah.
Like get him nice and snug. Put that there. Put paws there. Might not even need a bow.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, we could put one down here, but it would almost replace these ribbons.
Yeah, I think with the bear and the signs and the paws, you've got enough.
I think I like it like that without adding an additional bow to just smash this. Because we're going to add some other fun attachments. So I think we're skipping the bow. So I am going to attach his head right where it's at.
Maybe you can go up a couple more.
I don't want to go take him any higher because he's already got a weird wire thing going in here.
Sure, so I don't think you need the bow.
I don't, because when you see all the other embellishments we're adding, you're like, okay, we don't need the bow. It would have just overkill. Okay. So I am working the wires down. So I'm going to get them nice and snug. This is the one time I will tell you, take the wires all the way to the frame. Because when you give that head that stability, it's going to give you the, you don't want a wobbly bear head. And with the wires on here that goes right through that fabric mesh perfectly. So you're going to see when I suck this one down, it's going to pull his head down into the mesh.
Jan will definitely pray for you. She says, she hates the ribbon that doesn't have the wires in it because she's 74 years old and she has hand problems.
Okay.
She used to do hair for years and just had surgery 3 weeks ago. So we'll definitely say a prayer for you.
Absolutely.
Get your hands back into shape and get them back in strength again. Hopefully you're doing therapy and trying to do anything with like strengtheners.
Okay, so I am doing, we're going to go ahead, and this is more than a 1/4 inch thick. This is almost a 1/2 inch thick on here. So we're just going to bend our pipe cleaners. Going to go ahead and secure this. Nice and tight. And then this is what I've been doing before. Just adding a little dab of glue. And I didn't bring my business card, but that's okay. It's in the shop. Normally we put the business card down here. Trying to give it as much space as we possibly can get. Little twist. Go ahead and put that in.
Joan said her osteoarthritis prevents me from staying for more than 5 minutes.
So you can sit. It's just for me. I've been doing this, 6 years, and I rarely ever sit. It's just, I need to add his bottom. So he has this weird bottom wire. So let me see where that would even go.
To the bottom of the top frames.
I'm going to flip him this way so you guys can see. So this is where that bottom wire is. There's no stretch point that I might be able to reach it. I think what I'm going to do is split him.
Gotcha.
And then just wind them around each other so he has some stability. This one might have to go up a little bit higher.
Charles says, you said you don't print your business cards on Canva. Where do you get them printed? Vistaprint.
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 Yeah. I had them printed through Canva, but they did a horrible job at making sure that all the business cards were centered when they cut. So I don't know if they just went through like an automated thing, but the business cards, some of them were not centered. So I was really unhappy with the overall quality. So this is going to go right under his chin. So then this will for sure hit our frame. Sometimes you have to do that with your the wires when they won't reach to the center of anything because there's nothing in the center. You just split the wires and just run them to the closest wire that you can, and then wrap them around instead of wrapping them together. Okay, this one's going to do the same thing. We're snugging it down.
Little, like it's on that side one. Okay.
I know it looks different when I'm doing it.
Just a different angle.
Yeah. So I got to make sure I hit the wires though. So I got to get one on one side. I have them on on the same. Okay.
Yeah, Kat and I are so sad. We wish that we could order these bears again.
Oh, I know.
Because they were huge sellers back in 3 or 4 years ago.
But it's like any wreath attachment, right?
Yeah.
They don't, like, if it's popular, and it was. And it's funny because when I got this order, it was supposed to be for black bears, and they made a huge error. And because those were discontinued, it was just like, well, I don't know what to tell you. We don't have any more black, so all we have is the brown. We can offer you the brown. So he works great when you were in California and you had the, that was our state animal, was the grizzly bear. So that worked out good, but the brown bear is great. He's got a weird face on him. His face isn't not quite centered. So he's been spending too much time locked away in that, but there he is thus far. So super cute. So then we're going to give him his paws in between these ribbons so that he can hold our sign. And I thought that Welcome Friends was more appropriate. I had another one that said Merry Christmas, but I was like...
Yeah, that one you can leave up all winter.
This one you can leave up...
Our cabin.
Yeah, all the time. And then, like I said, you can change out and just make him like part of fun cabin decor. So I am actually going to take these and bend them at a 90-degree angle so that I can get them down into my frame. And these wires are actually much thicker. So I need to get them down. And they always got these like weird loops at the end. So I'm trying to get his paw positioned. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the paw, and then we'll try to maneuver it in place to get him to where he is able to look like he's holding the sign like that. Even though it kind of smushes your front ribbon. But just like that. You can pull that up a bit. See, like these ones, they have like little weird hooks on them. So I actually don't like them because they get stuck in the mesh. And then when you go to try to maneuver or push them, they won't maneuver. So down to our frame. And they're kind of just going right to the outside part of our frame.
Chelsea is just so cute. He's going to sell quickly. Especially since you can't buy that attachment anymore. Yeah. Jane asked, how long have you been doing wreaths?
For me, I've been doing this as my own business I think it's September 17th will be 7 years doing this. But I was doing them just for friends and family before that. So quite a while. And then that's when I started with deco mesh. And then of course now everything is evolving. And so we're just learning different techniques, just like all of you. So I'm making sure all the brown or black bears are showing on my ribbon. Just kind of doing it this way. Kind of making that the little standout ribbon. So I'm just rearranging some of my ribbons. So that's what it looks like thus far. It's weird because there's such a delay.
There you go.
Well, you got it. Yeah. Okay. Where are my other things? Oh, that's right. I put them because I don't have counter space. So, okay. So now we're going to add some balsam picks. So you can get them like this from Amazon, and I'll post the affiliate link once this goes to replay. I think you can get like 150 of them for like, I want to say like 16, 17 bucks, which is really, really good for 150 of them. Or you can go to Hobby Lobby and buy your balsam picks like this. And these are $3.99, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on here for $2 because they're half off. And they come with pine cones. So whichever way you want to do it, I'm just going to take these off, and we're going to be tucking some of the pine in so he feels a little bit more mountain cabin-esque. So I'm just kind of figuring out where do I want to place them. So let me go ahead and just remove them. I'm thinking I want them next to the polka dot ribbon because we already have the pine trees there. So I'm just kind of playing with that. Yes, this is the one I was picking them off of. This one can go down here with the pines. We have another one up here, which should give me exactly the same picks that I need. So this would go in here.
Jane said the bear is just way too cute.
Isn't he cute?
Hi, Janie. Jane said cute. She said this would make a great cabin wreath. Wouldn't
it? I'm thinking like he needs to have that there. Where's the other one with the pine?
Down there.
Oh, down here. Okay. Well, we can. I'm gonna find a couple of them with the fake pine cones in there. So I definitely want that here. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go into that secondary pick.
Show us for a second there. It looked like you had 3 arms.
Me?
Yeah, because I was helping over there.
Oh, yes, I am the 3-armed person. And then we'll add this one down here. It's like a nice little touch. But what do you guys think? Does that look okay? I'm still waiting for this to change my view up here. Just like that is what I'm thinking.
Blanche said hello from Kyle, Texas. Another Blanche.
Right?
2 Blanches. That's not very common.
It's not. Deborah says, wow, I honestly don't know how you do it. I've been looking at some of your work and you're so blessed. Your creativity is absolutely astonishing. God has blessed you beyond measure, and I love listening to and watching you and your husband work together. What a blessed couple. That's super sweet, Deborah. Yeah, and I have to give all the credit to God because sometimes I'm just walking around my shop going, I don't know what to make. I don't know what to make. It's like, because you're always trying to think of the something new. And then sometimes he just like guides you to the sign, and then that leads to everything else. And pretty soon your design just all flows together. So it's all to God's glory. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding these. Just kind of tucking them in just under the ribbons, the half bows that we have. So kind of like right in here. So he has a nice little pine. Trying to move these. The only thing I won't be able to show you today is what it looks like on the door. because the door, I will show you. I'll take photos. Yeah. I'll take photos of it on the door so you can see what average size door this looks like.
It's a black door too, so it should pop it. There you go.
Should. Okay. So I'm trying to pull glue threads at the same time. Tuck that right in the edge of the sign. So it's got a little bit of the outside in. And then this piece here. And now you can hear the cats again. Right? We weren't able to do that before. Because when I'm in my shop, it's all quiet. Sometimes we hear crickets, birds, all the other stuff. So that's him right now. And then, so here's the thing that I'm saying, that you can make him fun and part of your home's decor, especially like I said, if you have a mountain home, mountain cabin, vacation cabin, whatever. You can. And this is the way that this one will come. You have to put it down. So you can take little hats like the Santa hat, and you can kind of just tuck him up and underneath. And this actually will hang like this over his head. And then he becomes Santa Bear at Christmas time. And like I said, at Halloween time, you can dress him up, maybe put a mask on him. Thanksgiving time, maybe make him look like a turkey or give him some funky feathers. Or maybe he holds a chicken leg. Valentine's Day, you know, maybe he holds like little Valentine's Day candies or whatever. But it's just super fun to take your wreaths and make them just like a little bit something more, like a little bit interactive kind of thing.
Yeah, that's so cute.
So yeah, so this is all done. This is available on my website. So if you're interested in this, you can purchase this today. It's at the website link pinned below, which is KatsCreationsNMore.com. That's all I have for you. The finished design on him is 26 inches in diameter. And like I said, he'll be a full 6 inches thick, but super fun.
You could probably get it to fit in a 24 box.
Oh, we would fit in a 24-inch box easily. Yeah. So that's all I have. Thank you, Emma. Emma said, adorable. Cheryl says, oh my God, how cute is he with the hat? Good night, Joan. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
and get to bed. All right, everyone. Well, I will have another amazing design for you next week. And we will talk to you then. Bye for now, everyone.